From Castle of the Genies. Oh, look at all the red and the white. I didn't think this is called Number 9 Dream or Sur Torres in the Grotto at Lowell. Two characters, presented like two characters of the world, Le Monde, the world. Longing, longing, longing. Love, 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 baby girl, sleeps in my dreams. You angel of my mental health, little flower, do you ever think of me? Therese, do I think of you? Can a pounding heart be said to think? Does the hand that trembles convey thought on its rosy fingers? Or did my breast, once girl's breast, but now grown to full womanhood, form cold crystalline thoughts as they heaved up and down, sighing because they were no longer touched and kissed by your lovely mouth, my little Brussels sprout? My lips remember, my skin remembers, the treasure between my legs ached for one word from you, one sight of you after my great blasphemy, after you became my Lord and not the Nazarene. I read my missals, said my rosary countless times a day, prayed to the Blessed Mother, confessed my grievous faults and sins, ate the host of the Holy Communion, performed stations of the cross, but it was hopeless after your invocation. Ah, how sweet was the first kiss of Jesus. It was a kiss of love. I felt that I was loved, but it was you, not humble Jesus, who transformed me from a girl to woman. I no longer wore the habit. Instead, I wore you. And indeed, I became worldly, more worldly than anyone knows, as I spent my heaven on earth pining for you. Oh, what a crown I have woven. C'est dommage. Everyone thinks I died at 24, but I did not. I only died to my old life, and my loins have yet to dry, for my dreams are still filled with thoughts of you and how you made me come as I'd never come before, as our Lord must surely someday come. Such power, you ran me until I came like a shower of roses from heaven. I left the convent and my little French town and traveled all over the world, acquired great wealth, spoke in many tongues, commanded men. When I said, go, come hither, he came. With a go thither, he left my sight, and now I have estates, thoroughbreds, chariots, servants. I ride to hounds on wild Arabian horses. And yes, I had other lovers, men who spoke of empire, who commanded boats to spirit me away to their secret islands. They gave me gold for my wisdom, silver for my beauty, diamonds for the clarity of the stars in my eyes. One offered me half his kingdom if I would make love to him just once. There were merchants and traders, soldiers, nobles, wayfarers, teachers, troubadours, who could pluck the strings of pagan Apollo, but not the strings of this woman's disgraced heart, as I now see that our Lord wraps himself in darkness and disgrace as easily as he wears the garment of beautiful, splendid nature. I was more than a queen. I was a maiden king who drank wine under the moons of the Caribbean, spied on the riches of Africa, traded in the markets of Muhammad, saw men rocket into the heavens in Florida. I ate the finest food, the most elegant clothes and silks on my back. I knew the mysteries of the north, the south, east, and west, and even of the unseen cardinal points, and I was seen myself, little child. I knew what it is to be seen. I read the worldly philosophers and learned the magic arts, did battle against the power of doctors, dogs, and devils, and as if overnight, suffering was no longer sweet to me. I sought pleasure and joy, smoked fine cigarettes and long silver cahiers, and read dispatches with my ivory lorgnettes. I even had women as well. I sucked from their unearthly breasts and kissed their lips and hair, drank nectar from their navels and pussies. A frightened music emanated from me. To you, to the world, I was a ruler, a monarch, an empress of pleasure, but inside just a lonely girl left empty and desolate. For what does it profit a woman to gain the world but pay tribute to an empty heart? Fin de siècle, c'est vrai, and yet even now I look at my naked image and rejoice, so possessed is one at such times and points. One is dizzy with inspiration. I kiss my own hands and arms. I hypnotize all men, women, the pious, the heathen, because I'm delicious. I have the smell and taste of a goddess, not a saint. I did not ask for these gifts, neither do I refuse them. I give them freely to such as I love and loves me. I could spend all of eternity with your head between my legs, with your wonderful cock inside me, but you can't relate to me now as a sister. But can't you relate to me now as a sister rather than a lover? She asked the world. But why, mademoiselle? Pourquoi? Because I'm taken, parce que taken. But my saint day is the day of your birth, your real birth, October 1st. My saint day, the day of atonement, piety wed with worldly love. I ask you to cut the past away. Here they are, the Freemason sword, the Knights Templar sword, the Celtic, the Claymore, the Excalibur, the Honi Soit Qui Mêle Pence sword. Take your pick. Scimitar, dagger, harmonica, shillelagh, rod of Aaron, Catholic propaganda sword. It is you who needs awakening. Time to wake up. Réveillez-vous. Mourn for the glory that has left the earth, the world. Get your horns back. Do it right this time. Not so aggressive. Don't come on some strong. Say that I loved you as no one else could, that I offered myself as a victim of fire to your merciful and passionate love, so that all sins and crimes might be forgiven, and that you consumed this woman and loved her with an immortal love. Say that your gentle muse, the formerly innocent Therese of the child Jesus of the holy face, heals those who invoke her, those who praise the lady, that she She is the patron saint of love and holy longing and of atonement, but also of balance and sanity. She is also your sister. Say that I never wavered in my love. Say you consume me heartily. Say the world trembles when it gazes on something immortal, which is why you slouch toward Lowell. Just go there to Lowell, Massachusetts. Hear the great confession. Go sooner rather than later. Réveillez-vous. Allez. Look for me in Lowell. I'll be watching you. Allez. I call your name. Je t'aime. Je t'aime. That's, here's one, 1955 Beatrice's Lament. I didn't struggle, study, sweat, and sacrifice just to end up in somebody's dumb New Wave poster. How about, I like this. Andy was short but rotund, smelled like rotting meat, had a high squeaky voice, and no discretion. He spun discs and provided voices for the college radio station, did some stand-up comedy, and later found work in bit television parts at the college summer music festival. Big guy, older than me, a guy who had it going on, said, "Hey, you're friends with Andy, aren't you?" "Well," I answered cleverly. I was about 18 years old. In spite of myself, the tall guy looked at me and narrowed his eyes. "Oh," he said, "I'm not going to think any less of you because you're friends with Andy." 9 autumns passed. The young blind woman asked me to take her along Winspear Avenue to the store on the corner. She had the warmest hands. The brown-eyed belle of St. Mark. Damn, I'm going to hate it when you turn those dark eyes on me. Blue Beet. Blue Beet skips on the pizzicato shells, content with its anonymity. All You Need Is Love. Another John Lennon title, not even intentional. The Shaughnessy's lived on the next street and claimed that fragments of the wood from the cross at Calvary were embedded into the crucifix that hung on the wall of their living room, which means, therefore, that olive wood from the spurned tree of life in paradise, the staff of Cain made of cypress, the dogwood, fir, and pine of Noah's Ark, Moses' oak walking stick, and the cedars of Lebanon used to build Solomon's temple were all embedded in that wood hanging in the Shaughnessy's white and green split-level suburban home, right next to the coal-black strands of Ringo's hair sealed in plastic with a pink-red lipstick kiss. How Crazy Horse got his name. Crazy Horse was told in a vision that he'd never die in battle, and he didn't. He was 11 years old when he had the vision after riding into the real horse world on his horse. That's how he got his adult name. Crazy Horse, kept to himself, was a mystery even among his own people, except before battle when he joked with the other warriors to put them at ease. When Crazy Horse was 30 years old, the yuppies sold him out, trapping him in some midtown office where they killed him on the conference table. He was too big to fit into the corporate coffin, so the Blue Suits cut Crazy Horse into 2 pieces, and that's how he was presented to his parents when they flew in to claim the body. He was 30 years old. The first casket had a sign, a label on it that contained one word: crazy. Garden of Eden. A man and a woman with their clothes off, unashamed. We'll do the last one, called The Metaphor. Used to hitchhike to Robert Creeley's poetry class at the University of Buffalo near 11 Mile Creek, knee-high snow and not a cent in my pocket, icy cold like a cadaver, and on a January morning the poet was preoccupied with the idea of Santa Claus and metaphor. What does Santa Claus symbolize? Generosity, redemption, innocence? What are some other metaphors? Creeley asked as a fierce steely wind hummed like a kazoo through the ice door jamb. Money, I answered. Well, maybe, Creeley started with that one-eyed smile, but remember, there are families that can't afford gifts, can't afford to play Santa Claus. No, I said, I mean money is a metaphor. All right, Creeley said. Yeah, I hear you. Robert Creeley. Wait, we're going to do one more called Fruit of Thy Womb. Fruit of Thy Womb. The sages say that Mary means the sea, as in marine, marina, maritime. But it's not your name I think of as I watch your chest rise and lift and recede like the rapturous tide. I don't know what it is about you that is liquid exactly, but if you put it in a cup and place it on the table in front of us, I will drink it until I too am full of grace. These are from Castle of the Genies. by Robert O'Brien, available at Lulu and Amazon Create Space. I'll provide links below. And be sure to like it, subscribe if you can. Ring the bell. Robert O'Brien, Castle of the Genies. Thank you.